Space travel, connecting the human brain directly to computers, connecting cities with electromagnetic bullet trains, the Starlink satellite system.
Bro, he's doing none of those things. Like reusable rockets, yes. The Starlink satellites, yes. But the other stuff, no, he's not doing that.
That's so important to the war in Ukraine. And then on...
It's literally like me saying I'm actually working on the Neuralink. Okay? If anything, me working on Neuralink is more valid than Elon Musk working on Neuralink, because my work on Neuralink hasn't led the ethics board of California to like shut down my entire operation after a review process revealed that 36 monkeys clawed their fucking eyes out. You know what I mean? So like I'm actually closer to Neuralink. I haven't done anything about it, but I'm literally closer to like achieving Neuralink than Elon Musk is.
Tuesday. He's going to work on that tunnel thing on traffic. He also tweets a lot. Elon Musk, ladies and gentlemen. Look at you. Wow.
Yeah, that Hyperloop, dude. It's such a wonderful invention that certainly wasn't a way to just like eviscerate what remains of a motherfucking what remains of like the small budgets allocated to public transit in California. Certainly that wasn't the main goal of that process.
What, did I get the full order of things that...
Megaphonics, handshake, weeby. This is it. No, this is literally it. This is the meeting of the minds. That's it. It's perfect. Megaphonics' fave, Elon Musk, is right on screen alongside Weeby's fave, Bill Maher. It's perfect.
That you do in a day there? When I was reading there, I left out the tunnel thing at the end. Do you work on all these things?
A lot of jobs.
Do you do all these things every day? Do you work on all of them in a single day?
Wow. Comedy, speaking truth to power. Thank you for having, one of the richest motherfuckers on the planet, and you don't even go, how do you tweet all day? Don't fucking act like you do any of this shit, you piece of shit. You tweet all day.
No. But I do have a long work day. Yeah. So I work a lot.
Well, I'm so thrilled you're here because, we do a show where we talk about what changes happen in the world, but we just talk. There's a very few people who actually make change happen. You are one of those people, probably.
Yeah, I didn't say good change. I meant change, okay? Because he's making bad change happen for the most part. Get the fuck out of here. God, I hate Bill Maher. This is literally, this is not even a mid-off. It's a shit-off, okay? I don't know who I hate more between these two rambunctious, annoying, asinine, self-important liberals that think their shit don't fucking stink. Oh my God, they never shut the fuck up. They are so bold and so self-important and so ugly too. Like physically speaking, they're ugly too. It's just like there's no redeemable qualities whatsoever to either of these, dude. Yes, they are liberals. They're neoliberals, but they are liberals nonetheless. It's just truth. Like they are liberals in the same way that fucking Ron DeSantis is.
I just want to say I love this audience.
Well, you're a likable guy.
Thanks.
They attack you a lot.
They do.
Where is he a likable guy? He's a likable guy to just like cryptocurrency shitheads. He lost his entire fucking fan base. Even people that own Teslas now are like, yeah, Elon Musk kind of sucks, but what are you going to do? Fuck it. Like, I bought this. I used to be a big fan. Is he joking? Was that a joke?
Yeah.
Thanks.
They attack you a lot.
They do.
Yeah. and you seem to laugh it off, which I think is fantastic. I love it that you have a sense of humor, because a guy as important as you, who makes changes, could use your powers for evil and not good. The fact that...
Absolutely.
You could.
I would, of course, never use them for evil. That's
no, I
crazy.
know. But the way I know that is because you have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
You really do.
I
you
aspire
like,
to,
yeah,
yeah.
you like laughing. You like to be funny.
I mean, I kill me.
Right. No, as opposed to somebody like Zuckerberg, who I'm not even sure is a real boy.
Yeah. I actually love comedy, and actually, you know, like many years ago, I actually was in the audience here and watched your show.
Oh,
so
really?
I've been a long time admirer of your show.
Oh, well, thank you. Let me get back to you being a genius. Okay, so, but that has always been my view, is that I was a history major, and when you study history, what you realize is that, you know, there's the great man theory, and they talk about kings and princes and queens and presidents. It's really the people in tech who change the world. They're the people who deal the cards. Whether it's fire or electricity, or, for good or bad, or the cotton gin, or the iPhone, or the atom bomb, those are the cards, and the rest of us just...
Bro, it's wild. He's throating, dude. Honestly, after a 30-year career in media, you can have a cock in your mouth and still be able to, you know, craft coherent sentences like this. And that is, I know I said there's no redeemable quality to Bill Maher, but I was wrong. There is one. He is the throat goat. He can throat Elon's weirdly shaped penis, allegedly, and still be able to craft a coherent sentence that you can understand as like, you know, human language.
just play it. Would you agree with that assessment?
I think technology is the thing that causes these big step changes in civilization. So obviously you've got things like, say, the Gutenberg press, before which it was very difficult to get books. They were very rare. Even if you had a thirst for knowledge, you really couldn't do anything about it because there were very few books to read. So, and the internet is something beyond the Gutenberg press, I think. But you know, it's when I first saw the internet coming into being in a way that the general public could use it, it felt like the humanity as a whole was developing a nervous system. So previously, the way the information would travel would be by osmosis, one person to another, or one person calling another. But the access to information was very limited. Now with the internet, it's like having a nervous system. It's like any part of humanity has access to almost all the information of humanity. Like you could be in the middle of the Amazon jungle with, say, a Starlink terminal and have access to more information than the president did in 1980.
Right. Well, anything on your phone.
Everything.
Is...
Yeah.
Okay. So you are one of these dealers, these people who deal the cards in civilization.
I deal some memes, too.
Yes, you do.
Money. It's so fucked. That's it. That's all I got. Like the only reason why this motherfucker's sitting across from Bill Maher right now, at least Bill Maher has like demonstrated like some level of like intellectual stimulation in his, even if it's on accident, over the course of his like 30-year fucking media career. You know what I mean? Like he has done something. Like him, hate him, despise him, which I do. You know, Weeby loves him. I hate him. Let's be real. He at least had like some level of charisma to an audience that admired him long enough that he could stay in a position of power in media, stay on top when many others couldn't. The guy sitting across from him, and even then I fucking hate him. There are infinitely more talented individuals who will never see the light of day. Okay? You don't want money? No, that's not what I'm saying. Especially at the top of the hour where there's a 3-minute ad break. I tell you all the time, subscribe to me for $5. It goes into the Kaya feed fund. Okay? I'm not saying that at all. I'm simply stating that there's a secondary component to money where a lot of people those who often work with capital, who at least like have money, start off with a lot of money, or have money, luck out at a company that is like desperately trying to push them aside. And then when that company is sold off, they are seen as like a genius who then have like a shitload of it that can then take that money elsewhere and make more money with the money that they have. Those are the people that don't really provide anything, but they have a lot of prominence. Okay? They have a lot of prominence and they have a lot of clout and they demand respect. Why? Because they have money. Think about it. Do you think Elon Musk has any, like, can you describe things that Elon Musk has personally done that are objectively good without pointing to something that he has bought? And even if you can, is that list long? And even if that list has anything in it, do you think it is balanced with the level of admiration that he receives? Because every time I shit on a guy like Elon Musk, everybody goes, dude, he's the richest guy on the earth. Like, how dare you call him fucking stupid? You know what I mean? It's like, that's it. That doesn't mean anything. Well, I'm richer than you. Does that make me better than you? Fuck no. I'm an idiot. Okay? Do you understand? That's my point. Also, 9.0 on the Segway is pretty good. At the top of the hour, also, Jose F. Silva has gifted 5 the subs to allow 5 people to no longer see the ads. That's also pretty good. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. You kind of are, since you realize that rich people are stupid. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that's not about me having the money that makes me more important or anything like that. Yeah. It's like saying, if Elon is dumb, why does he have money from his father's emerald mine? Yeah. Do you not feel gross knowing Weeby and Megaphonics are busting disgustingly large nuts right now? They probably milked each other dry by now. They're like the TikTok 7 times a day girl. No, Weeby has been suspiciously quiet. I don't even think Megaphonics is in here right now. He died. Megaphonics busted the fattest rope and immediately perished. He died after this nut. He's like, Elon Musk on a Sunday, 6 hours in to the fucking... What? Stealing from Phoebe. Stealing from Peasy. Who is Weeby? Can someone DM me who Weeby is? Stop mentioning me in the same sentence as Megaphonics. Nah, this is your moment. Weeby's just being respectful because that's how we Maher heads roll logically. Yeah. Heads will roll, sir. Did I say Sunday? It's a Saturday. I'm sorry. Weeby is one of my moderators, accidental mod, who fucking loves Bill Maher. Like, literally his favorite content creator. I'm not even kidding.
So I think a lot of people thought when you bought Twitter that this is kind of an outlier. Like, what doesn't fit with these other things you're doing? I never thought that. Because I think you're dealing with big civilizational issues and problems, and I was right on your page. I think Twitter is one of them. I mean, you have talked about this woke mind virus.
Yes.
In really apocalyptic terms.
Yeah.
You should explain why you don't think it's hyperbole to say things like it's pushing civilization towards suicide. First of all, what is the woke mind virus? And if we don't deal with this, nothing else can get done. Tell me why you think that.
Yeah, so I think we need to be very cautious about anything that is anti-meritocratic.
Brilliant. Like, you got 2 like 60-year-old donkeys over here fucking talking to one another about the woke mind virus, dude. I want to perish. What is happening, dude? What is going on? It's so fucking stupid. God, America is such a fucking stupid country. It's the dumbest country on the planet. How the fuck do we survive? Jesus Christ. Entirely defined by like dumbass conservatives who literally have to be reminded to manually breathe, okay? Like, they made it up. And now these fucking liberals are like having an intellectually stimulating conversation about the woke mind virus. It's like, dude, what are you saying? You say 60 like you aren't pushing 45. I'm pushing 45 and I'm pushing P, bitch. Doesn't matter. At least I'm not over here being like, oh, what about the woke mind virus? Oh my fucking God.
Mind virus that I think are very dangerous is that it's often anti-meritocratic. You can't question things. Even the questioning is bad. So, another way to almost synonymous would be cancel culture. And obviously, people have tried to cancel you many times.
Many times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So let's get back to fucking woke. Like wokeness. Where's the wokeness then? Where is the woke mind virus? What does that mean?
I mean,
every week.
Yeah.
From left and right. I've had it from both sides.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. People, you and I are both like in that little group of people. Maybe it's a bigger group now.
Yeah.
Who are called conservative, who haven't really changed. I don't think of you as a conservative.
I'm definitely, yeah. Like, I at least think of
Like you have a billionaire sitting across from a dude who has an HBO show, and they're talking about how canceled they are. If that isn't a demonstration of like the failure of what they are trying to fucking use as an example, I don't know what to tell you. Like, neither of you motherfuckers have ever been canceled. That's not a real thing for you. It's a real thing for the average Joes. Okay? You are so far removed from being an average Joe, you will never be fucking canceled. You're just complaining because people don't like you. Okay? Fuck it. I'll say the same thing about me as well. Okay? It's the same shit. I get it. As someone who I think is ruthlessly criticized online by a bunch of dumbasses who have their like perfectly crafted, misconstrued opinions of me, it sucks when someone's like, I just don't like this guy. And then they try to justify it by tacking on additional shit. That's not a cancellation. I get canceled every fucking week. How can you get canceled if you're an average Joe? I don't know. Go tell your boss you're not going to fucking show up to work tomorrow. Watch how fast you get canceled. Okay? Because cancellation is when there's like material harm done to you, like a genuine amount of material harm done to you, like you lose your fucking job. Okay? Go try it. Go try any number of the weird shit that these dickheads do on a daily basis in your normal place of work and see how fast you fucking lose your job. That's real cancel culture. These motherfuckers don't have that. I don't have that. Okay? I'll put myself in that category too. It's not real. Cancel culture is for real people. And it happens all the fucking time because they do not have adequate labor protections. It doesn't happen to rich motherfuckers. The only time where it even sticks a little is when they've done something fucking criminal. And at that point, in the words of XQC, you're not canceled. You're a fucking criminal. Okay? That's it. That's it. I'm a billionaire. I specialize in memes. I send so many funny memes. That's how it works. I'm doing memes. I'm so funny.
myself as a moderate, so, I mean, at least I've spent a massive amount of my life energy building sustainable energy, electric vehicles and batteries and solar and stuff to help save the environment. That's not a, It's not exactly far right.
No, you drew that diagram. You drew that diagram once where you're here. I related to that, and like the world has changed.
Right.
I feel the same way. I feel like very often wokeness is not building on liberalism. It's the opposite of liberalism. I can mention many examples where it's including free speech.
Free speech is actually is extremely important, and it's bizarre that we've come to this point where.
Bro, what are you saying? Okay, in this regard, Bill Maher, through his own self-selection of like the neatly defined, narrowly defined neoliberal to hyper right-wing audience panel members he brings on his show, is already doing his own version of like not exactly fucking free speech. The last time Bill Maher actually did free speech, he did get canceled, by the way, because it was in the beginning part of his career when he said the 9/11 thing, which was the last time he was actually cool or based. This other fucking dickhead, on the other hand, especially Elon Musk, has never been an advocate for free speech. That's not a real concept. The concept in and of itself is already flawed, okay? In the way that we understand it, in the way that we live it, in the way that we experience it is already fucking flawed. There's no such thing as like real free speech. It's like a fucking unicorn. Obviously, you can't say certain things, and everybody kind of understands you can't say certain things and like get away with it, okay? But Elon Musk's understanding of free speech is so transparent. It's just like free speech is when you give me $8 a fucking $8 a month so you can have a blue check mark so you can like LARP as like a famous person. Is that what it is? That's free speech? Like, really? It's so strange. He was like, oh man, free speech, free speech. That's why I'm unbanning all the Nazis. And then he banned them again, by the way. When enough people freak out about it. Where's the free speech? Why is a free speech paid speech? And Elon, free speech is paid speech only when you give Elon Musk money. Okay.
Free speech used to be a left or liberal value, and yet we see from the in quotes left a desire to actually censor, and that seems crazy. I mean, I think we should be extremely concerned about.
Yeah, the left is the desirable cancellation party. Let's talk about that. Let's think about that real quick. Elon Musk has promoted Ron DeSantis, for example. What are some of Ron DeSantis's major policy proposals in the wonderful state of Florida? Book bannings. Don't say gay. You cannot actually be queer presenting in school if you're a teacher. Outing queer students to their family members and loved ones. It doesn't seem like, anti-CRT, anti-woke culture, as a matter of fact, which means like they are going to tailor what kind of educational materials you can actually show to your children. None of those things seem like it's free speech, right? It almost feels like when you say free speech, you just mean, my speech, only my speech, because that's the fucking lie, okay? Make no mistake. Whenever someone says free speech, they're just talking about their own speech. That's it. They just want their own kind of, their own attitudes to be represented in society. Conservatives are pretty open about that. That's it.
Anything that undermines the First Amendment. There's a reason for the First Amendment. The First Amendment is because people came from countries where they could not speak freely, and where saying certain things would get you thrown into prison. And they were like, well, we don't want that here. And by the way, in many parts of the world, including parts of the world that people might think are relatively similar to the United States, the speech laws are draconian.
England is quite different.
I won't name any countries, but
England, why are we protecting them? They have no First Amendment. It's very easy to prove libel.
That's so awesome. It's like, yeah, England is totally out of control. It's on fire, dude. That's the major problem with England, is that like they don't have free speech. All the major media publications are like run by literal fucking pedophile vampires. All Tories. BBC run by a fucking Tory. And yet, oh man, it's just not bad enough. It's not right-wing enough. They're not saying enough shit about trans people over there in Turf Island. Like, are you fucking crazy? What are you saying, bro? The commentary is not that different in England versus the United States of America. Shut the fuck up.
In England, whereas here it's almost.
I love England, but
yeah, I do too. But I wouldn't want to say the wrong thing. Or
yes,
you could be sued easier. There are law in France. I think if you deny the Holocaust, which I think is abhorrent, but I also think it should be part of free speech.
Right.
You can be thrown into jail.
Those laws are so stupid, dude. They are such, like, those laws are just the I'm helping meme, okay? That's it. In Germany, in France, in England, they have anti-hate speech laws. None of those laws are legit, okay? They're just a way to mask the hidden, scary truth that, like, the same kind of nationalist, Nazi fucking commentary that in the United States of America you would get yelled at for saying, and you would get bullied off of the media for saying, you can get away with the exact same kind of commentary there as long as you don't say certain things. And those certain things you can't really say in America too, because if you do say it, then people, you won't go to jail for it, okay? But people will be like, oh, that guy's a Nazi, fuck off. No matter how fucking racist they are, okay? So in that sense, there is, not really any major difference. It's not like, minorities are more protected in these places overall. It's just a way to hide the shitty truth that nationalists are still very much prominent in the politics. Nationalist and white nativist sentiment is still very much prominent in their domestic and foreign policies, okay? But hey, you can't say that you're a Nazi. Oh no. Like, get the fuck out of here. You're not wrong. Speaking as a German, exactly. Like, AfD still exists in Germany. You know what I mean? It's bullshit. They're so shallow in their analysis of how like everyday existence happens in these countries. It's so fucking stupid. It's like, oh, like, what's the argument? You think like there is rigorous free speech controls in these countries and therefore like what? They're arresting Nazis left and right? Get the fuck out of here. That's not happening. Or let's say it was. Let's say that like anyone that fucking Sig Heils is like, getting clapped up immediately. Anyone that says something like accidentally misgenders a trans person getting arrested immediately in these countries, in your mind, let's say. Does it seem like those places are worse off than the United States of America? Or does it seem like those places are better than the United States of America? You know? So shut the fuck up. Even if what you were stating was true, you'd be making an argument for Germany and France and England's hate speech laws, not against it. This is the country that has the highest percentage of incarcerated people. Okay? You can't have it fucking both ways. You can't claim that England, Germany, and France have like insane protocols on free speech and, everyone's going to jail over it because the government is like stopping you from saying shit while simultaneously living in the country that has the highest prisoner percentage. Okay? 4% of the entire planet's population is in the United States of America. 25% of the incarcerated population on this planet, people in chains, people that are enslaved, are on U.S. soil. That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so
I really can't emphasize this enough. We must protect free speech. And free speech only matters, it's only relevant when it's someone you don't like saying something you don't like, because obviously speech that you like is, that's easy.
The irony is not lost on me that he's saying this, which is true, okay? Except like, yeah, you're doing that, idiot. That's why you fucking say like, oh, I'm doing this for free speech. Meanwhile, it's like speech that you like.
The thing about censorship is that, sure, for those who would advocate it, just remember, at some point, that will be turned on you.
So this woke mind virus, how did it start? Was it bats? Was it a escape from a lab? I mean, what is your assessment of what? Because it's fairly recent. How did it start and why?
I was trying to figure out where it's coming from. I think it's actually been a long time brewing, in that it's...
Why is this fucking dickhead the guy you're asking about this? Like, what is his academic background? Like, why is he the specialist on whatever this made-up concept is, the woke mind virus?
I think it's been going on for a while. And
he's rich. The answer is he's rich. That's it, by the way. His answer is he's rich. He's so rich that he bought Twitter and fucking ruined it. Okay? Twitter was already dog shit, but he made it somehow infinitely worse.
The amount of indoctrination that's happening in schools and universities is, I think, far beyond what parents realize. And I sort of came to realize this somewhat late. The experience that we had in high school and college is not the experience that kids today are having, and hasn't been for, I don't know, 10 years, maybe 20 years. So,
aren't parents themselves also a big part of the problem?
Well,
okay.
I suppose.
So the students are the problem, the teachers are the problem, the parents are the problem. Who's not a problem? Just Elon Musk and others who are like-minded? Is that what it is? It seems like the only people who are not a problem are people who agree with you. You're literally just, taking the long way home to describe basically that. Okay? That's it. It's just like me and my friends and, all the other fucking rich crypto dickheads on Twitter. We are the only people that are not at, fault. Yeah, schools are different. They get way more mass shootings, for example. Thank you. That's a good take. As far as like schools being different, I'm pretty sure, like sexual harassment, rapes, and the like were probably more commonplace back when Elon Musk was going to college than it is now. You know what I mean? So there's that. I guess like that's a problem. I don't know. Is that what it is? Is it that like there's more trans representation, more acknowledgement of LGBT? Is that why schools are worse? Is that what it is?
In some cases, that parents, but I think like the parents are just generally not aware of what their kids are being taught, or what they're not being taught.
But they're letting the kids think that they're equal.
I mean, yeah. Let me give you an example that a friend of mine told me, which his daughters go to college go to high school in the Bay Area, and he was asking them like, well, so who are the first few presidents of the United States? They could name Washington, and I said, well, what do you know about him? Well, he was a slave owner. What else?
Right. Exactly.
Nothing.
Right.
Like, okay, maybe you should know more than that. Yeah.
Yeah. That is the woke mind virus. Exactly. Yeah.
And he was asking them like, well, so who are the first few presidents of the United States? They could name Washington, and I said, well, what do you know about him? Well, he was a slave owner. What else?
Right. Exactly.
Nothing.
This is such a stupid fucking take because it completely reveals Elon Musk's genuine opinion, which is that he doesn't want, just like Ron DeSantis and all of those other anti-speech freaks, for this to be taught to children. This is at the heart of the CRT conversation. He doesn't want kids to fucking learn that Washington was a slave owner. What the fuck? Not only, if you can find one school on the fucking planet that is teaching common curriculum, okay, one public school, because they have actual standards, okay, where they teach children. The only thing about George Washington is like not that he's a founding father, but that he owned slaves. Find one fucking school. I will give you $1,500. Okay? I'm just saying what he said. Okay, so you and I are in agreement that he's objectively making this up. Are we in agreement then? Okay, good. I'm glad that we're in agreement. So he just made that up. You understand? He just made that problem up because there's, what a real problem that exists in America is currently at the legislature, at the state legislative level. People who, just like Elon Musk, claim that that's the only thing they're teaching children, who want to rewrite What? User card? Why? People who want to rewrite history. What? There's nothing wrong with this person. Why did you make me click on their user card? All right, let's go.
Right.
Like, okay, that's maybe you should know more than that. You know, yeah.
Yeah, that is the woke mind virus. Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, you know, slavery is obviously a horrific institution, but we should still know more about George Washington than that.
And by the way, one that was practiced all over the world
Yes.
forever, since the beginning of time, by every race, including people of color. I'm sorry to tell you that. It's huge in the Bible.
Absolutely. So
Bible loves it.
Really? Yes, they're quite strict about, like, you know, don't take someone else's slave and that kind of thing.
Right, but no one ever says just don't do it.
They don't. At no point does it say slavery is bad in the Bible.
No.
Yeah, I mean, he's right about that. So what is the... This part is surprising. I don't really understand what the fuck is happening there.
They did not condemn it at all. They just... So it's...
But Twitter is not doing bad, right? I mean, I saw today that Tucker Carlson recently fired. You were just on his show and he lost his job, so I hope this isn't an omen.
Hopefully...
what are you, the angel of death? You go
no, exactly. I'm not the Typhoid Mary of talk shows.
But
for some reason, people just get fired after.
His rant yesterday or today on Twitter...
yesterday or something.
It did more than every cable news monologue or something like that. Is that right?
Well, Twitter has a tremendous audience. So there's 250 million people that spend an average of half an hour a day on Twitter. So it's about 120 to 130 million user hours per day, and it's been increasing. So we didn't do anything, to be clear, we did nothing special whatsoever. I learned about it afterwards, that he'd posted something on Twitter. So it's just that Twitter has a lot of people's attention. And it tends to be the people that are that read a lot or are interested in current events and generally are pretty influential. So.
But most of the people who tweet are the same people, right? I mean, the people who actually tweet as opposed to just reading it.
Yeah.
I feel like I've read this many times, that's a very, very small percentage of the people on Twitter. And it seems like, see, here's why I don't tweet anymore, because you may be the mayor of Tweet Town now.
Yeah, I'm mayor of Tweet Town. I'm getting a cap with that.
And I'm glad, and I like it that the mayor likes my jokes. But the reason I don't do it anymore is because the mob of mean girls is...
Bro, literally, he's like, again, that's it. He's saying it. He's fucking saying it. He's like, I don't tweet anymore because people boo at me. Yeah. He's like, I'm happy, you know, saying whatever the fuck I want to say from the pedestal that I'm in, from the comfort of the ivory towers that I'm in, that HBO has given me, the gilded cage. I don't like saying it out in public because then people fucking yell at me. And as someone who gets yelled at all the fucking time on this stupid platform for the dumbest shit, like, grow up. Sack up, motherfucker. What's wrong with you? Stop fucking crying. You're still Bill Maher. You know what I mean? Like, this is what's really frustrating about it. Like, here. Let's see what Bill Maher's net worth is, okay? Bill Maher's net worth is $140 million. Okay? He makes $10 million a year. He's 67 fucking years old. Okay? And he sits there and cries when some fucking random person who's getting shafted by their fucking manager is like doing a little bit of stress release by calling you a psycho. Okay? By saying your jokes are lame and you suck. That's it. Like, this is genuinely a thing that I recommend to other people as well. And it's a thing that I should do more of, but every now and then, I do that whenever fucking people are like, I don't know, calling me like a sex trafficking pedophile or whatever the fuck because I posted a photo or said something that they misunderstood. I sit back and I think, well, the people that are saying this about me right now are just like, they're sad. They're super sad. They're in a way worse position than myself. They're very upset. And this is one way for them to get out their stress. You know what I mean? Like, my life is pretty sweet. That's all it takes. Okay? That's all it takes. You just, like, tune it out. You're clearly jealous? Yes. Thank you. Thatcherite is back. If you say dumb shit, obviously people are not going to want to experience what you have to offer. You're clearly jealous? Yes, I'm very jealous of Bill Maher. You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm jealous of, but I guess I am. And like, Bill Maher doesn't have to be on Twitter anyway. I kind of have to. That's a very healthy outlook, but do you see yourself losing tolerance for it as you approach Maher's age? Maybe. It's something that I'm very fearful of, because I think that's when you lose your edge. And by that, I mean, like, I don't mean edgy commentary. I mean, like, your edge, sharpness. The moment that you actually lose sight of you know, how normal people are existing is the moment that you lose your sharpness if you're doing any kind of cultural criticism, any kind of social commentary. And half the time, these guys, unfortunately, when they get really old and are like totally fucking safeguarded from any kind of criticism and don't actually go out in the real world, and when they touch grass, they're not talking to other people that are also real and normal human beings, okay? They have no way of like correcting that. For me, one, I have chat. A major part of my commentary revolves around like direct feedback from people, anonymous people who can be ruthless and awful. Okay. But the other side of this is that like I have a lot of I have a lot of things that anchor me, or rather ground me to the real world. I'm constantly around normal people. You know what I mean? I'm constantly, when I go outside, I'm around normal people. I'm not just around like millionaires. You know what I mean? I'm not exclusively hanging out with like Twitch streamers or other influencers, famous people. Bill Maher doesn't fucking, the last time Bill Maher has talked to like a real human being is when he's berating a fucking Starbucks barista for getting his order wrong. Do you see what I'm saying? Or like not looking at the waiter's face as he like receives his check at the restaurant that he's at. I see, Kaya. I know. That's the major difference, I think. And I try to ensure that I do not lose sight of that. Oh, she's like straight up running. You're bougie, grounded, mad respect. I mean, first of all, there's a difference. I'm not that far removed from like normal existence and financial hardship. Bill Maher is. Bill Maher is 67 years old. You know what I mean? He's been a fucking multimillionaire for many, 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 many years. Do you understand? That's the major difference. There's that. There's that aspect of it too. I mean, you guys have, this is Twitch, so you have had the wonderful fortune of like watching me dramatically improve my living conditions over the course of the 4 years that you've been watching me. It's not like 3 years ago I was fucking caked up. You know what I mean? So that's something to always remember. I also lived through like a normal life, worked a regular job, and then became famous. So there is that part of it too that I think genuinely helps. You work for Amazon, that sucks. Bitch, you work for Amazon too, probably. Who doesn't work for Amazon? It's impossible to escape Amazon or any other company. Dog is having a seizure. Save the doggo. Dog is dying. Real and true. Incorrect. Nah. No, I know you don't. No, you didn't. Me. Thanks for your feedback, my friend. Here, take an hour. take an hour, reconsider. I feel like you are light years ahead of wealth compared to the average viewer, and you should recognize that because you are not relatable to us in the slightest, in my opinion. Bitch, if I was relatable to you in the slightest in that regard, then I wouldn't be talking about what I do to maintain my sharpness. I would just be telling you, look at how I live. You're literally hearing me recognize that I am, absolutely in my living conditions, very different than the average chatter's living experiences, and explaining to you the necessary steps that I think one should take to ensure that they do not lose sight of that. And you literally did not hear any of those things in. You just wanted to say you're rich. Okay? You heard me come across like relatable or down to earth, and you wanted to be like, you're rich and you're not relatable. Like, I know. So why? Ask yourself why you immediately have this resentment and you like feel that you need to correct me because of your own misunderstanding of my statements. Anyway.
Is still there. And that has not changed.
No,
like, it's too easy to get canceled. And I don't even know what pisses them off. They're so nuts, these kids. I feel like I'm walking on a roof with a blindfold. I could fall off any time.
Yeah.
That was the most innocuous thing, but it's like, I said George Washington was a great president. Oh, how dare you?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It had some flaws, but
So how do you fix that?
He was instrumental in the
Mr. Maher?
creation of the United States. So
yeah.
No, dude, it's so funny. You got two rich, out-of-touch boomers talking to one another about like how we fix the children. Like, how could we stop them from thinking that like slave ownership is actually a genuinely gross and not like a minor moral issue, that it's not like a slight lapse in judgment. Elon, how can you indoctrinate children into thinking that like slave ownership is not that big of a deal? Can you please fix that? Can you please fix their different opinions than me? Oh, that's right. I love free speech, by the way. Remember, we started off this conversation with free speech. Now Bilbo Baggins over here is asking Elon Musk how to change the children's minds.
You have to say, like, what does canceled mean? Yes, if people attack you on Twitter, that's one thing. But frankly, that's just going to increase engagement. So I would just ignore it.
Well, that's easy for you because they can't take your job away. Or any of your main 10 jobs, but they could take mine, and they did once, by the way.
Yeah, they did.
Fair.
I was like...
Yeah, was it fucking... Exactly, Bill. Was it fucking woke SJWs that took your job, you dumb fuck? No. It was the media that absolutely had no space whatsoever for anyone that was even remotely critical of the American foreign policy at the time. You dumb bitch. Exactly. Use your own experience for a brief moment and like try to comprehend how stupid you sound. Okay? You didn't lose your job because kids were like, I love the Iraq War. How dare he say that like it's brave, it's far braver to like actually fly a fucking plane into the towers than lob bombs and howitzer missiles from thousands of miles away. Yay, she's peeing. She's doing that to Bill Maher's takes. Good job. She's like, I peed. Where's my fucking treat, dog? Anyway, it was more about conservatism and nothing about wokeness. Exactly. I know why Bill Maher got canceled. It's the same reason why I got quote unquote canceled, except because I'm an independent media, you can't really do that. You know what I mean? Do you see what I'm saying? Old Bilbo over here.
Literally canceled. And, yeah, I mean, like the show is canceled. So you were in Congress, at Congress the other day, talking with Chuck Schumer about AI. I'm very interested in this because you've been on this for years. I've always thought you were right about this. I think you're right about almost everything. I mean, let's have more babies and raise them on Mars. I don't get that, but okay.
Well, I just think we should be cautious about civilizational decline and we have plummeting birth rates most places, yeah.
Right, and also plummeting resources. I mean,
no, resources will be fine.
But they're not fine.
And I know a lot about
They're not fine now.
No, look, I'm not suggesting complacency. We do want to move to a sustainable energy economy as quickly as possible, but we're not in any danger of resource collapse.
But lots of people don't have enough food or water. Water, we will run out of water. They're running out of sand.
No, Earth is 70% water by surface area.
But you can't drink that.
But desalination is absurdly cheap.
Why don't we do it then?
We do it. It is done.
You have a lot of free time.
It is done. There is a lot of desalination done.
Okay,
there's plenty of water. This is not an issue. I want to be clear.
All right. So, but let's talk about AI because, like, you were on this tip 10 years ago when nobody else was. And I always thought he's right. Why? Because I've seen too many movies. Everything that happens in movies then happens in real life. And you know, if you make things that are way smarter than you, why wouldn't they become your overlords? So what did you say to Chuck Schumer, and what are we doing about this? I know you want to pause in AI because just in the last 6 months with ChatGPT, which came from a company you started.
Yes. Well, I mean, a friend of mine has a sort of modification of Occam's razor. So instead of the simplest thing being the most likely, the most ironic outcome is the most likely.
Right. Right. Yes.
So, with respect to AI, I just think we should have some sort of regulatory oversight. So, for anything that is a danger to the public, if it's sort of aircraft, cars, food and drug and whatnot, we've got some regulatory oversight, like a referee, essentially, and making sure that companies don't cut corners. So,
Maher said Musk funded OpenAI. Oh my God! I know he did not correct his ass, did he? I would highly doubt that Elon Musk did. Elon Musk correct him? No, he just agreed. Of course he did, dude. There's nothing. Elon loves taking credit for shit he did not found, like Tesla. Okay, that's his favorite fucking hobby, dude. Kaya likes pissing and shitting on things. Okay, that's her favorite hobby. Elon Musk loves taking credit for things he did not have any part in, like, developing.
I think that since if one
Tesla,
that,
PayPal,
AI
everything,
is a potential risk to the public,
Twitter,
there should be some regulatory body that oversees what companies are doing, so that they don't cut corners and potentially do something very dangerous. That's.
And if we don't do something, lay out a scenario for me in the next 2, 5, 10 years if nothing is done, because we're very good at doing nothing, especially when it comes in the way of profit, and this is a big profit engine now for companies. They're going to want to just compete with each other. I mean, there are people like Ray Kurzweil who doesn't think it's a problem at all.
Actually, Ray Kurzweil's prediction for artificial superintelligence is 2029. He's not far wrong.
Right, but he doesn't think it's a problem, whereas people like you and Bill Gates and Stephen Hawking think it's a problem.
Yeah, it depends. If some people want to live forever or for a much longer period of time, and they see AI as the only way to, or digital superintelligence as the only thing that can figure out how to get them to live forever, I think Kurzweil is in that category. So he would prefer to have AI, artificial general intelligence, than not, because it can figure out longevity.
So are you optimistic? I read in your Rolling Stone article back in the day that you said you can never be happy unless you're in love.
Well, you can. I mean, there's two things. I think to be most happy, if you're happy in love and you love your work, then you'll be, I think, fully happy. If you lack either of those two, if you have one of those two things, you'll be half happy. Roughly.
But I feel like the theme in a lot of your works that connect all these different things is connecting. Like you want to connect things. You want to connect on the Hyperloop, and you want to connect this to Mars, and even Twitter.
Connect for.
You want
I love that game.
what?
Oh. How? How is he still saying, please, sir, I want some more cummies? He has taken the most amount of cum. I've never seen a human being become this cum receptacle like Bill Maher has on this interview. Connect 4, that's brilliant, sir. Thank you, please. He wants to connect with Hyperloop. How about he connect the top of the hour ad break? Okay. How about he do that for 3 minutes? And fuck, that segue sucks. God damn. Fuck, that sucks ass, dude. Oh my God. Okay, whatever. Suck my dick, chat. At the top of the hour, there's still a fucking 3-minute ad break. That was shameful. That was a shameful ad break. If you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. That's what I should have said. How about he connect his Amazon Prime account to his Twitch account to get 1 free Prime subscription to avoid the top of the hour ad break? That's what I should have done. Or get gifted a sub. Thank you, Speed Razor, for the 5 gifted subs. Fuck. Yeah. Ride me as hard as Elon Musk is getting ridden by this fucking dickhead, okay? That's what I want from you. Ola, it's Osprey. Thank you for the 5. Speed Razor, thank you for the 5. Allowing 10 people. Blue Wizard Cult, thank you for the 5. Allowing 15 people to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. Weeby, classic Hasan slandering Bill Maher. Weeby, we just watched 18 minutes of commentary for like 4 hours, okay? Get the fuck out of here. No one is on your side on this.
Connect 4, you know, we get the. Sorry, this is a comedy, right? You know, gotta throw some comedy in there.
Okay. But it's hard for you because when you bought Twitter, you're kind of doing what you did when you took over, when you started Tesla. You lived at the factory, right? I feel like that's your pattern. You get into this thing, and then you got to live at the factory to make it work.
Yeah.
You've been you moved to Texas, then you went back up to San Francisco because of Twitter.
I was living in the library of Twitter for a while. Yes. I think things are reasonably stabilized right now. It was just on the fast track to bankruptcy after the acquisition, so I had to take drastic action. There wasn't any choice.
Right. I'm just saying it's hard for a woman.
Yeah.
To like when the guy lives at the factory.
Yes.
That could be a stumbling block. But
yes, overall, with my concern with Twitter was it is somewhat of the digital town square, and it's important that there be both the reality and perception of trust for a wide range of viewpoints, and there was a lot of censorship going on. And we sort of uncovered a lot of that with the Twitter files, including a lot of government-driven censorship, which, it seems that that's got to be a constitutional violation, what was going on there. But since I'm like an avid Twitter user, I could detect that like something's not right here, and so that's really why I did the acquisition. It wasn't because I thought this was an easy way to make money or something like that. This is me being mayor of Tweet Town, or whatever.
Yeah, remember when he banned journalists and also fucking made it so that it was like impossible to go on Substack off of Twitter? That was such a big deal for free speech. It was crazy. Dude, it's crazy how much he loves free speech, actually. Literally everything he's done on Twitch or Twitter has been anti-free speech. Bill Maher, thank you for doing an incredible job, by the way, with this process. I mean, what a brilliant, funny, insightful commentary machine he is. He used every fucking second. He did not waste a single fucking ounce of cum, and he did not waste a single second guzzling more, slorp gorping, like a fucking demon, dude. Holy shit. He was just like, you are so free speech, sir. You are omega free speech. Anyone that ever comes against you is actually anti free speech. It's fucked up.
It's definitely like there's a lot of arrows pointed at you, like flying at you.
Of
you
course.
know?
But you seem to handle that okay. I hope you do, because look, I mean, geniuses are going to be a little quirky sometimes, but your heart is always in the right place. You were trying to fix this world, and look, I could talk to you forever. We can't today. I'd love to get high with you. I know a great place to do it. But I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. I know you have a lot of choices and places you can go. Thank you, Elon Musk, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'll see you soon, Elon.